On a quiet summer evening in 1993, the small town of Ashford, nestled deep in the English countryside, was preparing to sleep. Families shut their doors, lights dimmed, and silence slowly settled over the cobblestone streets. But in one house, a story was unfolding that would remain etched into the town's memory forever. 17-year-old Emily Pike kissed her parents goodnight, walked up the narrow wooden staircase to her bedroom, and never came back down. By morning, her room was empty, her bed neatly made, and every trace of her had vanished. What happened that night has remained one of Britain's most haunting mysteries. Emily was no ordinary girl, bright, warm, with dreams of studying art in London. Those who knew her described her as the girl who lit up the room. She wasn't the type to run away, and there were no signs of trouble at home. Yet, on that summer night, something happened that tore her away from her life forever. Her mother was the first to notice. When she knocked on Emily's door the next morning, expecting to find her daughter still asleep, the room was empty. The window was slightly open, the curtains swaying gently in the morning breeze. At first, it looked harmless, almost ordinary. But when hours passed without any sign of Emily, panic set in. By noon, the local police were called. Officers searched the house inch by inch, but found no signs of struggle, no forced entry, nothing unusual at all. It was as if Emily had simply walked out of her life, leaving behind no clues. Yet, her purse, money, and even her shoes were still there. It didn't add up. Soon, the entire town joined the search. Posters with Emily's smiling face were taped to lampposts, shop windows, and church doors. Volunteers combed the woods, streams, and fields. Helicopters scanned from above. Police dogs traced her scent to the edge of a nearby forest, and then it vanished, as though she had stepped into thin air. But here's where the story becomes even stranger. Neighbors reported odd things in the days leading up to her disappearance. Some recalled seeing a dark car parked near the Pike home late at night. Others swore they heard whispers in the woods, strange voices that faded as soon as they got closer. A few even spoke of lights, hovering low among the trees, vanishing when approached. At first, police dismissed these stories as hysteria. But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, with no trace of Emily, suspicion began to shift. Was she abducted? Did someone she knew lure her away? Or was there something far more mysterious at play? The prime suspect emerged quickly, a man named Peter Holloway, a family acquaintance who had shown an unusual interest in Emily. Witnesses claimed they saw him near the Pike home on the night she vanished. When police interrogated him, he denied everything. His alibi was shaky, but there was no evidence to charge him. He was released, and the town's whispers only grew louder. Then came the letters. Months after Emily disappeared, her parents began receiving anonymous notes, each one written in strange, cryptic handwriting. Some said she was alive. Others warned them to stop searching. The police traced them, but each lead ended in nothing. Years passed. Emily's case grew cold. But in 2001, a hiker stumbled upon something chilling. Deep in the forest near Ashford, he found a small shoe buried under leaves and dirt. Forensic tests later confirmed it belonged to Emily Pike. Yet, bizarrely, there was no other evidence. No body, no bonus, just a shoe. The discovery reopened the case, but instead of answers, it only raised new questions. Why was there only one item? Who placed it there? Had Emily been alive all this time? The theories multiplied. Some believed Emily had been kidnapped and forced into a hidden life, her identity erased. Others thought she might have been the victim of a serial predator who had struck before. But there was also a darker theory, the forest itself. Locals whispered that the woods around Ashford had always been different, a place tied to folklore about spirits and disappearances dating back centuries. Was Emily another victim of the forest's curse? Even more unsettling, years later, another young girl disappeared under eerily similar circumstances, just a few miles away. She too was last seen in her bedroom. Her case also remains unsolved. To this day, Emily Pike's fate remains a chilling enigma. No arrests, no closure, just the haunting memory of a girl who went upstairs one night and never returned. Some say she's buried deep in those woods. Others whisper she's still alive, somewhere far away, forced into silence. And then there are those who believe the truth is stranger than anything we can imagine, that Emily slipped into something beyond our understanding, a mystery not of this world. Whatever the truth may be, one fact remains. The disappearance of Emily Pike is a story that refuses to fade. It lingers in the quiet streets of Ashford, in the eyes of her grieving parents, and in the unanswered questions that will likely never be solved. Perhaps one day, the silence will break. Perhaps someone, somewhere, knows the truth. But until then, Emily Pike's story remains an unsolved shadow, haunting, terrifying, and unforgettable. This is Whispers Unsolved. Subscribe for more chilling mysteries that the world cannot explain.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more real unsolved stories, only on Whispers Unsolved.